pull them off the beach if necessary.
Yeah. It's right in the road.
Yeah. Great. All right. Time to get out of the way.
It's pretty hairy stuff.
That thing is a pain in the butt to load and unload off that thing.
It's amazing how you did that.
It's just because you get to the very edge of the deck before you hit the ramps, and you've got that.
You're teetering.
You've got about that much of it on the deck.
Yeah.
So one way you can just steel on steel. You can just go sliding overboard. You know, because your boom is way out there because it has to be down below the Samson post. Anyway, it's
hairy.
I usually do that one myself, so I don't have to pay the comp bill if somebody gets hurt.
Right.
Yeah. It started. The barn location, May 21st, 2007. We're going to be taking out a bunch of those trees. There's the road going down to the dock. There. Say hi to the camera. This is Emlyn's new grapple skidder for the summer.
Bye.
Okay.
All right, here is Rob's vehicle of choice on Butter Island. Wait,
Yeah.
let me zoom in here a little bit.
Yeah, and I ripped my pants today.
Oh, let's zoom in and look at that.
Taking the log winch off the tractor. Okay.
Bye.
This is my vehicle of choice. This is the one that gets rid of the way too many trees on Butter Island.
A fella buncha.
Bella Buncha. It goes like that.
Yeah. It cuts trees.
And blade.
Yeah, it is a blade.
All
Shear.
in one swift motion.
Yeah. what Andy's best at. Winging it. There she goes. Beauty. Nice soft dirt. Stand back a second. Here we are in Ireland with the sheep. Oh, this isn't Ireland, it's Butter Island, you nummy. You can hear the horn on Mark Island over near Stonington. Watch out, he's coming right for this twitch of logs right here behind me. Oh, maybe not. Dancing trees. That's the barn location.
It's my size.
It's an Emlyn excavator.
Perfect for me. Dump truck up if necessary. So the triaxle's semi-stuck on the beach, but the dozer's just going to ease it on up the beach. I wonder why they're not dropping the
Good question. Yeah, what we thought was any sign of clam midden is not actually here. You see from the dark dirt, there's no clams in that. It's just dark organic soil. It's just some sprinkling of shells on the surface, but not even right there.
Yep.
So I hit start. Now you see it. I have a tendency to aim too low, so I have to constantly sort of try and raise it.
Okay.
She's sort of sighted too low. There's the barn site. We just staked out, double checked, and the elevations look good. And I can telephoto in to show the skidder falling off all that debris. See how far it goes in? Telephoto big time. Televenture. And our new road.
Put in a new road.
Beautiful.
Bulldozer put in a new road this morning because our dump truck and trail dump truck and the rock screen for fill material could not make the corner. So neither could the concrete trucks and the well drilling truck. So we had to widen our road. Here comes Andy's dump truck.
Dump truck down the new road. Andy's boat, log jam, tuna outriggers on her. That's Andy running the loader. So we designed to be loading logs on the pulp trucks or we're putting in this galvanized decking as a launching ramp we got from the old Donald Hayden ferry terminal. Perfectly separated from nature. And you get to see it. And look at each nice and hard. to the dock. Dumping stumps. Found a good dry spot over the edge of the hill where we had put a bunch of brush from the first pasture clearing, and the dozer can now push it even further off the hill. You can't even see it from here. You can barely even see the dump truck from here, much less where the stumps are going. See how he's disappearing there? There's the rest of the view. The tractor and the screen to make the gravel, some culverts. And dumping stumps somewhere around there. And the Camden Hills. Sleep shed, picnic area, the Osprey, and the cook shed. Here's our new launching ramp in place. Up and over the high tide line, right up to good hard ground.
I was compensated with pillows, and probably in the broad scope of the matter, it would be the least expensive way. Pillows are good.
Uh-huh. Say no more.
They way up top of the hill or where?
Shut the batteries off.
Yeah.
Yeah, we.
Just kicking back and
They were kind of nervous this morning when it was all foggy because Craig is not a boat guy.
And the electronics. Have you got your electronics hooked up yet, okay?
Yeah, I haven't tried them. I mean, my little GPS was.
There's Emlyn laying out the barn foundation so they can know where to dig the hole for the foundation. We just got off the phone with Dad in Great Barrington, who reminded me of my 3-4-5 right triangle in order to square this baby up without spending hours shifting little posts around. So now we were able to do that in about 15 minutes, and it's within about 3 inches of correct, which is good enough for digging the hole right now. So that's what we're going to do, dig the hole. And there is the dug foundation hole for the barn. Doesn't look like much now, but things went well, so that's good. And it's Memorial Day weekend, so the guys headed home, and I guess we are too. And we'll be back Tuesday to put in footing forms. And here's the barn foundation site from my earlier picture when we were staking everything out. You're next.
Drive on or back on?
Back on. You got lots of room on this side. There you go. What's that? Sorry? Okay, so we're next in our truck, and then if you could back your trailer in between the two pickup trucks.
It's always so much fun packing stuff up.
I know.
I work with
Your ramps are easier though than Island Transporter.
Oh yeah. This boat is a lot easier to handle.
You're right. It's easy to focus just on this side, and then you know where you are.
Doesn't take much.
I am perfectly lined up. No.
There she goes.
One second. You need a block? Kick it the other way. One second. See if you can pick the trailer past this way. So Tom that way. Feel that way. So by other way. Yeah, like that. How's that?
Straighten it out.
Okay, now wait, hold on. Now straighten it. Let's go back. Let's go back. Yeah, you're right. Let's go backwards. Let's go back. Is he too narrow to get? Okay, right there. Let me try it.
Rob's gonna give it a try. It's really hard steering this trailer with such a short wheelbase. Just one 1/4-inch turn on the steering wheel makes the trailer go about 2 feet. So it's really sensitive. And we're working at really low tide, so the ramp is pretty sharp incline. So the vehicles keep hanging up on the ramp. But this is how it goes. Loading landing crafts. The unloading will be easier because, well, we'll have a higher tide. Tide's coming up. And hopefully our launching ramp on the Butter Island side will make things easier too. And I believe he's got it.
check on that back corner.
You're okay right now.
Facing the ramps. Maybe a big X 200. Headed out to Butter Island for the fifth or the sixth time. I'm starting to lose count.
are back on Butter Island, still Monday. In the afternoon, we took the boat back out to supervise progress here, and now we're at this small gravel pit that we've opened up to get materials to build road and backfill of the foundation of the barn and so forth. So we found a great spot, super material. It was a natural cut bank way up orchard, sort of near the orchard, but itself, but not too far. And it's going to be easy to replace, and spruce trees are going to grow back in. And they've stopped production right now because they got a rock jammed in the screen, I think. That is the screen that we shovel the dirt through, and it sorts out different size rocks, gravel, and so forth. The excavator, dump truck, our tractor to load the finished material. There's Emlyn. And back to the south, Yacht Club Point, I was out of sight, but back to the west, the Camden Hills, looks like thunderstorms coming. You can hear the ospreys in the background.
Single file.
Here's the downhill side of this gravel pit. Sort of orchard beaches behind me, way down the hill. And this cut bank was naturally here. Here's our road from before, the ATV skid road. And you can see from the material in the road, it was a good spot. And it's a natural steep cut bank anyway, so we just have cut into it little ways. And then when we're done, we can just spread it all down so you wouldn't even know. It'll grow back up in pasture just like it was. This is what it looked like before. That's the rest of that hill. And then eventually you come way around to the right, and there is the orchard way up in there. There's some sheep earlier. So there's the orchard way up. It's got to be, gosh, a few hundred yards at least. And there's back down to the Orchard Beach is way down through there. It's got to be third of a mile down through there. And then the bench is way up and open over that hill. There's the whole orchard basin right there. I'm now focusing southeast over the bench, or towards the bench, way in the distance somewhere in that woods. One look at this and go, oh, those guys. We're live here on Butter Island with the sheep there in the base of the orchard area. And we're standing up here at the gravel pit with Andy and Emlyn. Now zoom back. There is the excavator. You're back, yeah. Here it comes. So that the skidder can come in and then clean up after him, and everything is facing the right way, laid in, so just work your way down right through it.
He can, I mean, the way he goes about it, you know, I mean, he can go to a 100-acre woodlot and cut the whole lot, and you wouldn't have to move one stick of wood. You know, those other guys, within 20 minutes, if they don't have a skidder in there, haul something away, they'll get themselves painted in a corner. It's really amazing. You can just see it.
Way back in there.
Yeah. I start to worry he's going to fall right down the cliff.
I think he's looking for the edge. He's buried in there. Just crawling around in there. Here comes the scrapper
From the
skidder.
stern, it looks like this big grizzly bear.
I would have thought where he is right now, it starts to drop
It
off.
does start way back there. He's backing out now.
Doesn't he look like a big grizzly bear?
Yeah. It's all independent suspension.
Yeah.
So here we are on Tuesday afternoon, I guess it is. High tide is at 3 o'clock. And we have three dump trucks of crushed gravel, crushed stone for our backfill after the foundation goes in for the barn. Okay, so here we go. Truck number 1 is coming off the island transporter, and he's going to hit our launching ramp on the beach. Nice hard surface with all that weight. And Andy will be using this material, like I said, after the foundation goes in for the barn. And look at that. That was pretty slick. Didn't even get hung up or stuck or anything. Tires are spinning. Number 1 is into the making. Using a lot of throttle to be able to get over all this mud. We just had like 4 inches of rain last night. And then you've got these dump trucks unloading crushed stone.
Either way, yeah. Back to the island transporter. Mission complete. So here we are on Wednesday, island transporter delivering concrete for the frost walls of the barn. 3 concrete trucks, heavy load.
Concrete trucks for the frost walls of the barn. I'm taking this shot from the boat near us. Launching ramp is working good. Hopefully I don't jinx it.
Comes the Catherine.
There's the mailboat. Wave, hon, at the mailboat. Three concrete trucks.
Eli's loving it.
Dragging the concrete truck up the hill with the skidder. She's gone.
So here we are up at the barn site. It's Wednesday, June 5th, and where they are pouring concrete fast and furious. Andy and Rob, Terry and Avery and Eli and their kids are all fascinated looking on. especially the kids. I was watching the kids from the flybridge and they were just jumping up and down. Oh my God, look at all those concrete trucks. Let's go ashore, Mom and Dad, let's watch. It's really, really exciting. It's finally starting to take shape and become a reality. Feels like we waited a long time for this to happen. So now this truck is moving. I'm assuming he's moving out of the way so that the next concrete truck can start unloading. Although he may be moving over just to another section of the frost wall. It's pretty hard to believe we're on Butter Island right now, that's for sure.
See the kid with no shirt on? Did Jonah have a tattoo here on his shoulder?
I'm not sure. I'm getting a shot right now with the barrel mixing.
Andy built that ramp this morning so that the concrete truck could back up and reach that far corner of the barn.
Two ewes walking the bar between Butter and
So the only
bartender.
solution is to drill a new well.
We're making some phone calls here and this just happened to catch my
Right.
eye. Just a very casual, slow saunter across the bar.
End of day one. All done in the first day.
Day number 2 of building the barn. And the guys are mixing concrete for the footings where the shed posts are going to fit into. And that's our Kubota tractor, the Island Kubota tractor, with the cement mixer on the PTO. And there's Bob and Phil.
Okay, I think with the signals, that's all we're gonna get. Is the one truck. I'll have to.
box. And now we're looking inside the main bay of the barn. And when the whole thing is done, there's going to be a shed booth where that staging is. The guys are filling the forms here on the ground with concrete for the posts to fit into. And here we are, day 3, I guess it is, of barn building. Might even be day 4. And another shot just from a different view. I'm now looking north. So this is the south side of the barn where the garage door is going to go, and then there's another garage door on the north side.
Come on, Kim. You won't hurt me.
just clearing temporary tree stumps, building
The house site.
building the roads, clearing the house site.
Starting the forms for the footings.
Site for the barn, clearing the house site.
Out to sea. Here comes the grapple skidder to pull the cement truck up the hill just in case so it doesn't get bogged in the beach. And since we're so close to low tide, pushing the threshold, we needed this extra precaution. Here we are on top of the big mountain, pouring the footings for the house with Captain Andy Airy, who you saw earlier today.
AKA Crash.
Amelin.
Can't make it, break it.
Who's the rest of the
She still
foundation
floats.
hole. There's Will smoothing things over. And another concrete truck waiting in line.
Well, there's Mum right there, so maybe she's looking at me in the binoculars. All right. Here we are. Maybe I can go from what's the tile place? Pottery place. You have a name? I don't want to describe where it is. Pottery. Before you get to the steel artwork place.
what I should do? I should go over and put it on. I know where to go. I know about it. It's only about my way about it, so you're going to figure it out. So why don't I do it? Why don't I do it? More than I. That's not through the foundation. Well, let me just see. I need to go over to Murray. That's over a good plan. Have it go to the plan, stop the plan, and go over the plan and go through your ideas and like, okay, yeah, we want to stick it out there in the field, or we want it here, and there. So you need a meeting with Murray quick, like tomorrow morning. Don't go on tomorrow, but later, maybe it's later. And visit with Murray, like we did the first thing in the morning after we set the screw up. And so what I can do is call Palmer and see if I can go visit with him tomorrow morning with the plans in hand and do it. Calling. Yes, hi, this is Rob Abbott calling. Hi, and I was hoping to speak to Murray. Is he around this afternoon? Okay. I was hoping if I could just leave a message for him. I was hoping to come over tomorrow morning, whenever it's convenient for him. 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, whatever, sometime after things quiet down for him. And spend just a few minutes going through the house plan for the foundation. And he can give me a call, leave a message at home, which would be 359-5028. And just let me know what's a good time for him tomorrow. Anytime, even if it had to be afternoon, but I was thinking morning would be better for him, being Friday and all. And that'd be great. Okay, thank you. Okay, bye. At least we got some breeze up here on top.
Yeah, all right.
Boy, it's hot down there at the barn.
You can walk out anywhere.
Anywhere is fine.
Hey, Jimmy, go tell her to drive around, finish that off. I'll keep doing that. Stop that.
No, I left a message. I'm sure he's around tomorrow. I told her if he needs some time, I'll be there.
Don't they have to keep driving on this road and stuff?
Yeah.
That's all right. It's just swamping into the road. Okay. Well, can you talk or something?
Sure. I forgot to mention to Daryl that we have plenty of room to do our dog walk during this.
Let him look at
we got to the dock yesterday afternoon, right at the time when a screeching freaking rainstorm happened. I mean, it was freaking raining sideways. And they had they had compactors and all that stuff, dead low water. Got the guys off the boat. So go to pick up the mooring. Wind's blowing, raining just sideways.
Yeah.
You know, one of those screeching freaking rainstorms. So, of course, the whole mooring, the skiff is all shifting around. I didn't want to get out on deck, and I waited for a few minutes. I'm like, you know something, I'm going to get wet no matter what. So, anyway, I picked up the mooring, I got two big pennants, my mooring lines are really heavy.
Yeah.
So I get them on the boat, get the skiff untied, get that tied up, and the water was just running down the deck. Off the
Yeah, and you have
deck.
no safety rail like I do along
Right.
the bow.
And
So when you start going, there's nothing to go for.
so I jumped up, I had the pennants in one hand, and I stepped up on the rail. I got both feet up on the rail, and I went to step one step forward, and my steps on the bronze or the stainless, the guard on the top of the rail.
Yeah.
My right foot went out from underneath me. I went to grab for the freaking handrail, landed right on the rail of the boat, face first, and boom, in the water.
Oh, one bounce and she's over the side.
So there I am down in the water. The boat's taking off. Wind's blowing because there's a little squall going. So the boat just spins right around sideways, and the boat's this way, and the skiff is tailing off. As the wind's pushing away. I'm all wrapped up in the pennants.
So you never even actually put it around the cleat.
I never got that far.
No.
I only stepped up onto the rail and made one step forward. The water was running off the deck like that.
Oh, yeah.
It was just pouring.
Hydroplaning.
I went down. I landed on I landed on the rail into the water, wrapped up in pennants. So I'm down there trying to get the lines on me.
Oh my God! And then swim for her.
And then I came up, like, where's the boat?
Yeah.
The boat, so I started swimming. Caught it, finally. You got all your clothes on,
Yeah.
jeans, boots,
Right.
Finally caught the end of the skiff, got into the skiff and got into the boat, and then got on the mooring.
Wow. Lucky the skiff was attached to it.
Yeah.
I would never would have gotten in the boat if the skiff hadn't been there.
That's why I dangled my line off the stern, so I have something to grab and pull with.
We have a man over
Wow,
Well, good job.
made it.
Catastrophe narrowly averted.
I get a bruise on my knee that big. I get bruises across here where I landed, and a few other scrapes where I went over the side of the skiff. No, I don't think anybody saw it. Thank God.
Well, yeah.
It was, it was quite a performance, really. I thought sure that I'd be like bouncing off every boat in the harbor before
She hung up on something that you could get to.
I thought I was going to get away from it. That's no wind blowing, things sideways. It's just taking off.
Oh, big time.
You're trying to swim where you don't have time to take your shoes off.
You were lucky you were that far into the harbor. You didn't really have that much wind right there, but still.
It was.
Here we are, the last day of June 2007, and we're up at the house site with Mom and Dad, and Emlyn in the background picking up trash. It's a Saturday, so the crew is not here. It's nice and quiet, but you can see the view out to sea, and Idaho, pile of lumber, the buggy, the outhouse. All the frost walls have been, the footings have been poured, and they've got the forms up for the frost walls.
Yeah. Do you have the plans sticking out there?
That's all it is, just a plan.
Was planning to be 8 feet, but we might be at 7 feet. 7, 6. Yeah.
My eyes are about 5 feet.
about a foot lower, that where you say the finished surface outdoors will be there. We either gotta take this down a lot more or raise the land around the house. Do a lot more backfill.
I think it's backfill. Because we've dug ourselves out the foundation hole, so we've got to add back to cover the foundations, the sides of the foundation and all. Katy National Park, Mount Desert Island, Cadillac Mountain on the right. Can you see the cove, though? Can you see boats in the cove? No. So I need to cut those too, probably. No. Yes. You're at the ranch? No, you're on Butter Island. Oh, somebody's got a Jeep or something over there.
He has a way of offloading those.
My barge. That steel barge you see floating over there is mine.
It's yours?
Yeah, on Eagle.
So,
Yeah, I basically loan it to Bob. He uses it.
so who runs the mail?
Terry and Avery. Do you remember their last name?
More.
Moore. Pretty good, but
deep breath.
Don't hurt.
Hey, Ted.
Has his lights on, the concrete track. Don't run over my mooring.
Pumping water out of the well with a generator and a sump pump, so that then he can put on a paraseal on the foundation walls up at the house.
This is sheep shearing weekend. So we have Dave Craven and Lee Straw and friends and family out with the sheepdogs for this whole weekend. Just alongside us off the dock are both landing crafts that we've been using all summer long. And I thought it was sort of a neat shot so you could see both of them side by side. Landing craft Reliance and Island Transporter right next to it. So in addition to being sheep shearing weekend, Reliance has just left with an EBS truck with our barn roof shingles that we've waited 6 weeks for. So today is a momentous day for that. And then now we've had 3 concrete trucks on the island to pour the last of our frost walls up at the house site. So that's very exciting. And so Andy is helping to load truck number 1. He's seeing to follow truck number 2 and number 3. The weight on the transporter is really important. You can see that truck number 1 stopped at about midships, and as the other 2 heavy concrete trucks load on, he will slowly, very slowly, reverse to the stern of the transporter, because it's a very careful balancing act. And the winds have picked up out of the southwest, so it's going to be a gusty, wet ride on the way home back to Rockland. So Rob and I are at the dock today, Saturday, awaiting the arrival of Island Transporter with 2 EBS lumber trucks. And we have the sheep corral close to the dock, and some of the sheep have already been run in by the sheepdogs. And there's some really cute little lambs in here. Too bad they don't stay little. Hopefully later I'll get some footage of the dogs actually running the sheep into the pen.
Here we are up at the house site, and the house foundation is getting quite close to being done. We had a lumber shipment today, Saturday, from EBS. There's part of it. We spent a couple is tarping things over. It's been nice and dry, but never know. Coast of Maine, nice and wet and foggy. Here's the road up to the house site, at the top of the orchard.
So here I am on Marius, and the dogs and the shepherds are trying to run the sheep off of Yacht Club Point. Right now they're on the western shore of Yacht Club Point, and they're just trying to ease them ever so slowly towards the corral for shearing and inoculations, and the lambs' tails get docked, and the lamb rams, it's not very pleasant, but they get castrated. And I'll see if I can zoom out so you can see some of the friends and family of Dave Craven trying to push the sheep towards the corral at the dock. There they go. They're off and running towards the corral. Sorry for all the movement on the boats. Breezy southwest out. So we finally got our roof shingles in biro shape. Recycled pop bottles, I think. And they're gonna gray to a really nice silver gray once they weather. The other shots you just saw were from inside the barn. We have core bond insulation being blown today, and the overhead door company is out here installing the barn garage doors. Solar electrical power operated or manual.
the basement, mechanical room, and backfilling for the rat slab in the crawl space. There are the walls, exterior walls, pre-built down at the barn and brought up here on Andy's flatbed, and now Phil is unloading them with the construction forklift. Here we are at the house site. It's 6:30 on a Friday evening. We're doing pickup and cleanup of the site. And it's finally quiet up here from all the construction effort. And there is the foundation. Starting to put the sill plate around. Still got blue board to add. There's the new beams. And you can see across Ben's put on the granite. Looks fantastic. It's not filled to grade yet, but nice big chunks of granite. And the forklift and the pile of lumber. Someone's picking up metal banding and plastic banding. There's our walls pre-built. Two of them. I don't know if you can see the second pile in the background. Driveway. And a water trailer. Andy's dump truck. Crushed stone. And there we are again. And here's the house site from another angle. Standing in the driveway looking back west. Big things will be happening next week. It'll be looking like almost a real house. Got a bunch of backfill to do, I can see, but at least we can work pretty close to foundation height. for the retaining walls. We move the tent up from the barn to the house. Ben's finished his granite veneer around the foundation. There's Steve putting on the sill plate.
So here we are at the dock, and we've got Buster Peasley's landing craft barge, which he calls Bubbles. And Rob has been able to master driving the construction well to unload our generators and some tile for the house and a whole bunch of stuff. Multiple trips. Just take everything all at the same time on Andy's truck.
Day one of construction. Working on all the floor joists. Well drilling truck over at the caretaker's cabin. Emlyn holding up the truck. And the water tank service truck for the welling drilling process.
Friends like him who needs enemas, right?
Here we are, Friday afternoon of the first week of filming. We really got some walls up today. I'm standing on the screen porch, looking back towards the living room, dining room. There's the kitchen, master bedroom in the distance. Garage, guest room. That is my office there on the left, that corner, and then set back is the master bedroom. And you can see the fire rolling in on Eagle Eye in the distance. View from the master bath. Master bedroom. Office windows.
That's Andy building a retaining wall on the west side of the house. And now you can see a lot more of the walls up since Friday. Today's Tuesday. See the boulders that Craig dug up with the gravel stair? Searching all around the box.
Inside the garage, laundry room, guest room, Jim and Hugh. The front door, I'm standing in the mudroom. Powder room.
Hughes solenoid is, I believe, just a bad wire connection. It's going to work some days and not work other days. So I think it's a starter wire.
That is the garage, the laundry room, the guest room, the screen porch, which has no walls yet. It's mostly sliding glass doors. The corner of the dining room and the front western wall where the fireplace will be. The western wall where the fireplace will be. And the living room. And my office there next. And then the master bedroom beyond. There's the living room in the distance and the end of the master bedroom right here. And the windows looking into the master bathroom. So there you have it. After the first week, it's Friday afternoon, a little after 4. The guys will be heading off soon. Sunday afternoon for the big barbecue on Butter Island. All kinds of boats and people. There's Mike. There's the steel frame at the western wall to support all those windows. And the roof is starting to go up. It's actually Tuesday at 1 o'clock, so I didn't get a Monday shot, but this is Tuesday shot.
We've got animals going all over. That's probably why we have problems.
And there is Avalinda number 3, Grampy's Yin Yang cat catch made in Taiwan or someplace, that the new owners have purchased and renamed Avalinda. And there it is, sitting on Ned's mooring over at Bartender. And I think they're going to come ashore.
Nancy and Rick.
Breakwater light. The Owl's Head light just beyond. Monday afternoon. I missed the shot on Friday, so missed a days of sequence right there. Here is the crew hard at work. Oh, 2:40.
Here since 7 o'clock.
2:40 break,
Right here.
and there's the barbecue. This is from the second story, Unwin's office. Garage roof. It's Wednesday. Got the garage roof rafters up, and the tower room walls are going up. Then started on the fireplace. Standing basically in the dining room, looking up at the second floor and the tower. You see that big steel brace. That's going to be buried in the walls. It's an impressive capital.
Today we have the fuel barge on the dock.
Sunday afternoon, checking out the job site. You can see now they've made great progress in the last day, Friday. Roof rafters up on the tower, actual decking roof on the garage with all our Marvin windows were delivered on Friday, and Pella doors. And here's the house looking from the northwest. And looking from the southwest, back at the corner of the living room, and my office and the master bedroom, master bath beyond. And from the southeast, looking back, the master bedroom, master bath, courtyard, and garage. Down at the barn site, putting in the septic system, and some final grading. Generator we set in place yesterday. And there's the septic tank. Tuesday afternoon, from the usual shooting location, we got a bunch of the roof decked over, roof rafters on the tower for sure. Gosh, that's probably right, because that's when we saw her in Portland one time. After the boat show, we were headed home, and she called, and then we wheeled her around and went back to Portland. Well, here we are up at the bench site with Ben Hilt, Andy Airy, and Emlyn and I, and we're putting in the plaque that Ned had made up of Grampy's poem to be mounted in the ledge there at the foot of the bench. And we got the generator up here of the ATV, and we've located the plaque, and we're going to start chipping into the ledge a little bit here.
Benny cutting into the granite ledge, and I'm looking at our house across the way on the highest hill of Butter. They actually call it on the gazetteer and the chart, they call it Big Mountain. I'm just going to pan around Granny and Grampy's Hill, Montserrat. And there you see Benny with the plaque. And our ATV with the generator. Here's Rob and Andy coming up the hill after running short. Up to no good at all. Come to check on Benny and I, make sure we're behaving.
great. There, plaque mounted. Zoom in a little bit. You read it right there.
I know, next when we come up to do the screws, we'll bring the chainsaw.
Did you notice anything different about it?
Take no time to do a little zipping. 15 trees.
And there goes Rob down the hill with the generator and all of Benny's tools after a successful plaque laying ceremony. It was really neat.
Thursday afternoon. Inside the living room, and Ben's got the fireplace started. There's the dining room. Screen porch. Kitchen. Window. My office. Master bedroom. Master bedroom. And master bathroom. Up in the little guest room, overlooking the living room, dining room. Powder room, mud room, entrance, guest bath, guest room.
We need to support them down there too. Right. Right. Although, you know, those are going to be pretty short and not very
I'm
heavy.
up in the tower.
So we could even run a strap between the outside ones to hold them while we cut them. Yeah. And then we can all get them out here. So temporary wall like that.
decked over except the tower, which is great. So if we get any weather, we're already a bit sheltered. And here we are inside in the kitchen, or will be the kitchen window. My office. The stairs are not in yet to the second floor. There's the living room and the fireplace. Dining room. Screen porch. It's great. We actually have roof over our heads. And the deck roof is up. Fireplace.
So Rob and I are coming back into Bucks Harbor on Friday night, and here's this huge power yacht with a helicopter on the stern deck. Absolutely amazing. Rob's comment was, "See, honey, that's the kind of boat I'd need if I were to build myself a boat." So here we are coming into Bucks Harbor on Sunday night, September 2nd. It must be Labor Day weekend because here we are greeted by another power yacht called Lucas 7. And the one that I showed you before was called Aurora out of Grand Cayman Islands, the one that had the helicopter on the stern deck. On the other half live
I just want to finish this so the bees don't get me.
Okay.
All done.
Got that windshield wiper?
Got the ice and water shield on the roof, and all the skylights are in.
So today's Monday, September 9th, and we have the roofing team. Their first day is out today. And there you can see our first set of windows that just went in on Friday. Color's called Wineberry. So it's very exciting. The roofers they think they can get the whole roof done in 2 weeks. So here you see Craig operating the grapple skidder, helping us clean up some dead timber around the dock area, and he's precariously close to the outhouse. I'll be amazed if the outhouse is still standing by the end of the day. Just a huge piece of equipment. But it means that the job gets done super fast. And now you can
can see he's taking the whole twitch off to the demolition pile.
It'll grow up, but by then, in 10 years, people would have been like, holy shit, I've seen that barn for 10 years now. So now they look up through the woods and go by those two walls and it's like, oh, yeah, building. Another thing that actually happened when as he comes back out is to the right of this thorn bush, that tall, scrawny one, and that little patch so that they, from that point, they might actually see the barn. I know from the one that's going to come just into view here in a minute. Come back up to these dead stumps and that little patch right there. Actually enjoy it. It is so exciting. The wood company just never got this. No, it's so rewarding because there's such quick results. It's just amazing.
That is just so awesome.
Not too much. You want more of those?
So today we moved the sheds down from the hill with the view next to the barn. Now we're just trying to get them situated in place. You can see our view now, looking out onto the north beach side of Butter. This is what the sheds will now look at. At least the love shack, as we call it. So Andy and Craig are hooking the chains through the skids, so that then Danny in turn can lift up the cook shack and get it better situated in place. Now he's gently lifting it over. And the final touches for placement. So now you get a better perspective of the house and the windows that have gone in and the roofing shingles that are going on. For this week and next week, we're probably going to have, given on any day, anywhere from like 25 to 30 guys working on this house. We're just desperate to get it all weather tight by October 5th. And just slightly different perspective. You
see the carpenters putting in the windows, the roofing team with the roof shingles, and Benny has about 4 masons out here with him working on the chimney and the fireplace. Very busy day on Butter Island.
That's the different heating zones for the radiant heat.
We have those 2 rows coming on Wednesday.
Putting in the 16-foot slider in the sunroom.
They have to pull that handle, pull the handle, pull the handle.
There's the new barn. You can see the solar panel on the left. Road going down to the dock. And we've leveled all this out, leaving some nice big trees. There's a fuel tank that will be moved. And blending into the district. Solar panel and benches under the tree. There's the new barn. And from the north, looking back, the benches. Emlyn and I are about to spread some grass seed on all this dirt. And looking from the south back to the north at the workshop entrance. The wellhead surrounded by rocks and the solar panel. And here we are inside the workshop. Looking out the window down to the dock.
So the guys are trying to finish up shingles for the siding, and
tomorrow or Friday. It's supposed to get rain on Friday, so tomorrow, Thursday. So here's a shot of the just absolutely gorgeous, beautiful granite fireplace that our friend Benny Hilt from Rockport, fellow elk hunter, he and his mason company put all these pieces of granite together. It's just beautiful.
Hey, Brent. Yes? It's somewhere.
Friday afternoon, and the crew is left, and we got all this side of the house shingled. Hi. Inside, there's the sunroom, big sliding glass doors, and the living room, dining room. Doors got put in today. Move this on the ground.
You're going to be right here?
Yeah.
Okay. It's all set up. All you need to do is just click. Take two.
Big trailer down at the
Okay, why don't you guys up on the porch move forward because you're back in the shadows. You can't see your faces. Okay. Okay, I need to have somebody come in a little more. Okay, good. Right there. That looks good. Okay. Here we go. One more?
Yeah.
Okay?
Are you smiling or looking tough?
That's yours. All right, smile. Smile again. Okay. I don't know whose this is, but okay.
One more too.
Hold on. And then I have the video too. Hold on.
Video.
Should have been running for that.
Okay, here we go. 1, 2. Okay.
After this movie I've been making.
That side door open to view. It's just hitting that red button.
Okay, because it's already on.
Down to like 4. And it's got all.
Okay, it was on the whole time, so it's...
Now, if we grab your attention to the kitchen table for just a minute, I'm going to
Here we are at the barn, and there's the osprey. We finally located it there where we left a nice shade tree, 2 benches. You can see the shed's been moved down. And here we are up at the house site. It's Friday afternoon on the 5th of October, and the landing crafts have just left. Everyone's vacated. There's no more crew working this season. And there you have it. About 8 weeks from when the foundation went in. And here I am up in the tower. There's Eagle Island Light, in the distance. Looking 360 degrees. Out Isle of Hose in the distance. South out to sea. Seal Island, Wooden Ball, Brimstone a little closer in. North Haven. Swinging west into the setting sun. Rockland's out in there. Some of the chain links. Bear Island. Bard Island. Great Spruce Head. Chimney. There's Ned's 2 Islands, Escargot and Bartender. And out there's Beach Island. And Cape Rosier way in the distance, then Western, Pond, and Hog. And back towards Bucks Harbor. Bucks Harbor and Blue Hill. And then all the way east, you can see Mount Desert Island way in the distance. Oops. Way in the distance. And there's Bucks Harbor. Let's see, that's the eastern entrance. Harbor Island, you can just see the western entrance, I think. And if you had a more telephoto, you'd see the Bucks Harbor house. It's facing about northeast. And we're in the living room, dining room, kitchen. There's the fireplace. There's the living room corner. Dining room side right there, sliding door, dining table, sunroom. Seeing through into the powder room. Out the kitchen window. Back into my office. Door out to the east porch. All the lumber stored for the winter. And out to the west porch, up that door. There's no door in my office yet, so it's hard to see. There's the master bedroom. There's a closet between me and the master bath that isn't in yet, but there's the master bath with the circle window, some skylights, skylight in the closet. And here's the guest room. Looking through into the laundry room beyond. Guest bathroom doesn't really exist yet. Back out to the kitchen. And that will be the front door. The only door that didn't get put in this year. Still back ordered. So I'm in the mudroom. There's the garage. Laundry room again. And out the garage. There's Emlyn. And our new garage doors and circle window.